Unleash the power of knowledge and connect with the heartbeat of the African diaspora. Download our African Diaspora News Channel app now on Google Play and Apple App Store. Stay informed with authentic and diverse perspectives, breaking news, and cultural insights. Immerse yourself in a community that celebrates unity, resilience, and progress. Experience the vibrancy of the diaspora at your fingertips. Don't miss out. Empower your perspective today. Search African Diaspora News Channel and join the conversation.
So Canada Post is honoring some of the more prominent members of Amber Valley, which is located in northern Alberta, with a stamp for Black History Month. Take a look.
The community of Amber Valley, located 170 kilometers north of Edmonton, was first settled by African Americans in 1910, escaping violence and segregation in the United States. It's one of two Canadian communities, along with Willow Grove, New Brunswick, to be commemorated on a stamp for Black History Month.
How they thrived, how they each formed communities, and their children and their grandchildren went on and to be valuable members of Canadian society in all walks of life.
About 300 people made the often hostile trek from Alabama and Oklahoma to Alberta, but it was the final stretch from Edmonton, depicted on the stamp, that may have been the most grueling.
The last bit to get into Amber Valley, they had to literally, there was no roads or anything. There was no wagon train road even. So they had to bushwhack their way and cut their way in.
So hundreds of African American slaves escaped slavery and made that trek over to northern Alberta in that area called Amber Valley, just to get a better life for themselves. And if you can only imagine that trek that they had to go through and how grueling it was, including having to bushwhack their way through this horrible terrain to safety and freedom. So the people on this stamp are some of the earlier settlers who created this area and made a life there for themselves and their family. So on the stamp, that consists of Joseph Murphy and Henry Sneed, Joseph Murphy's great-granddaughter, Bernice Bowen, and his granddaughter, Vivian Murphy. And they actually are responsible for the original name of Amber Valley, which was called Murphy's Land. So it is apropos that they would be the ones on the stamp. And I think it's great that Canada Post is doing that. Bernice Bowen is still alive and living. She's in her 80s, and she actually went on to teach. She was the first one of that group to get an education, and she learned teaching at the University of Alberta, and she actually was a teacher there. She's still living, which is wonderful. And although this is a good step, I still would like to see two things: an apology. Now, I know that our Prime Minister apologized to the number 2 Construction Battalion and their family members for everything that they went through in the military. That's great. But they have not apologized for the over 200 years of slavery that went on here in Canada. We still haven't got an apology for that. But more importantly, we want reparations. So while you're putting up these stamps and introducing all of these, initiatives and education things and all of that, we would like a check. Can you cut a check for us? Can you cut a check for the descendants and those who are still living descendants? We want reparations. That would be a really good start. What do you all think about this? Let me know. And also, don't forget to download the African Diaspora News app. You can grab it at the Google or Apple store on your phone, or head over to africandiasporanews.org and get that app. You'll have access to content you won't see here on YouTube. Lots of wonderful things. So you want to get it. It's by our people, for our people. We're building our own content. That's what we want. We're building our own platform. It doesn't get any better than that. So download that app. And then also subscribe to my YouTube channel, EA Public Relations. Until next time, please be safe, everyone. Peace be.